In the first months of 2025, a curious phenomenon began to catch the attention of global automotive industry analysts. Tesla, for years synonymous with innovation and dominance in the electric vehicle market, was facing a steep decline in European sales while the continent's EV market flourished. In January, the numbers were alarming. A 45% drop in the company's overall European sales compared to the same period in 2024. Tesla sold just 9,945 vehicles against 18,121 the previous year, a stark contrast to the 37.3% growth in the European electric vehicle market during the same period. The situation in Germany, where Tesla operates its European gigafactory, stood out for its severity. Sales plummeted 59.5% in January 2025, with only 1,277 vehicles sold compared to 3,150 in January 2024. In February, the numbers worsened even further, with reports indicating a drop of nearly 71%, the company's worst monthly performance in the country since July 2021. In France, the outlook was no more promising, with Tesla registrations falling 63.4% to just 1,141 cars in January, the lowest level since August 2022. Spain recorded the most dramatic drop, with a 75.4% reduction in sales. Other European markets followed the trend. The Netherlands experienced a 42.5% reduction in Tesla registrations, while Sweden reported a 46% decline. The United Kingdom initially showed a more modest 12 to 18% reduction in January, before recovering with a 21% increase in February 2025. The phenomenon wasn't limited to Europe. Australia recorded an impressive 66% decrease in Tesla registrations, while global sales of the company's vehicles manufactured in China fell by 49%. Behind these concerning numbers, one figure constantly appeared in the headlines: Elon Musk. Tesla's CEO, previously known primarily for his futuristic visions and technological ventures, had transformed into a polarizing political figure. In 2021, Musk claimed he preferred to stay out of politics, but has since deeply immersed himself in the global political scene. His close relationship with Donald Trump drew particular attention. A $250 million investment in the former president's re-election campaign and his presence at Trump's inauguration in January 2025 signaled an alignment that resonated differently in Europe, where Trump remains largely unpopular. Musk's political activities weren't limited to the United States. The billionaire openly endorsed far-right parties across Europe, most notably Germany's Alternative for Germany, AfD. Statements such as, "Only the AfD can save Germany," and "Congratulations" to the party's co-leader, Alice Weidel, following the party's second-place finish in recent elections, provoked strong reactions across the continent. Musk even interviewed Weidel on his social media platform X, amplifying voices considered extremist by many Europeans. Tesla's CEO also made controversial statements about immigration in Europe, blaming a deadly Christmas market attack in Germany on mass unchecked immigration and highlighting crime statistics in Norway and Spain. Perhaps the most inflammatory moment was a controversial gesture during a rally following Trump's inauguration, which many Europeans interpreted as resembling a Nazi salute. Although Musk dismissed this interpretation as a misunderstanding, the gesture was widely reported in European media, with Italian newspaper Corriere della Sera dubbing it the Musk salute. European leaders increasingly spoke out against Musk's political interventions. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, whom Musk called an incompetent fool, advised people to stay cool and don't feed the troll. French President Emmanuel Macron expressed incredulity that the owner of one of the biggest social networks in the world would support a new, international reactionary movement and intervene directly in elections. As outrage grew, European consumers appeared to be voting with their wallets. In Germany, where Musk had been particularly vocal in supporting the AfD, Tesla sales fell by nearly 60% in January 2025 and continued to decline in February. This occurred during a period when Germany's overall electric vehicle market was growing by over 30%. It would be unfair, however, to attribute Tesla's decline exclusively to its CEO's political activities. The company's product lineup is aging, with no new models introduced in Europe since the Model Y in 2021. As industry expert Philip Nothard noted, Tesla's offerings are looking a little bit samey. This stagnation comes as European and Chinese automakers are launching new, more competitive EV models. Chinese manufacturers, in particular, are gaining significant traction in European markets. In the UK, Tesla was recently outsold by Chinese rival BYD for the first time, highlighting the growing competitive pressure. Additionally, the removal of EV subsidies in several European countries has impacted overall electric vehicle demand, with Tesla appearing to be more severely affected than some competitors. These policy changes, combined with broader economic pressures, have created a challenging environment for premium-priced vehicles. The broader context of the European electric vehicle market makes Tesla's decline even more notable. While Tesla's sales fell 45% in January 2025, the overall European electric vehicle market grew by 37.3%, with EVs representing 16.7% of total vehicle sales. In Germany, despite Tesla's 76% drop in February, overall electric vehicle sales increased by 30.8%, totaling 35,149 units. Similarly, in the UK, industry reports showed rising demand for electric vehicles, which now represent 1 in 4 new cars sold. This divergence between Tesla's performance and the broader market suggests company-specific factors, rather than industry-wide challenges, are primarily responsible for Tesla's decline. Andrew Fellows, an automotive industry expert at global tech consultancy Star, directly attributed part of Tesla's struggles to Musk's behaviors. There is no doubt that the Musk factor has influenced Tesla's sales in the same way as his reputation impacted Twitter when he bought it and rebranded it as X. Fellows estimated that Musk and Trump share approximately 30% of the blame for the EV maker's sales decline. The timing of Tesla's most severe sales declines aligns with periods of Musk's most controversial political activities. For example, the 76% drop in German sales in February 2025 followed Musk's endorsement of the AfD party ahead of Germany's elections and his controversial gesture at Trump's inauguration. For European consumers, the distinction between Tesla as a company and Musk as its controversial CEO appears to be blurring. As one analysis noted, buying a car shouldn't be a purely political decision, but the controversy surrounding Tesla's CEO Elon Musk has tied the brand image heavily to the global political upheaval. The Tesla saga in Europe represents a fascinating case of how a CEO's persona can affect brand perception and consumer behavior. For many industry experts, Tesla's challenge goes beyond technical aspects or market competition. It's an identity crisis. As Musk becomes more identified with controversial political positions, especially those that find little resonance in the progressive European market, consumers are increasingly unable to separate the product from the man behind it. The coming months will be crucial in determining whether this decline represents a temporary anomaly or a fundamental shift in Tesla's trajectory. The company may attempt various strategies to regain the trust of European consumers, from launching new models to potentially restructuring its leadership or creating a brand identity more independent from its founder's personality. Alternatively, Musk may choose to moderate his political involvement to mitigate the impact on his business. The Tesla case raises broader questions about the role of business leaders in contemporary political discourse. In a world of social media and constant attention, CEOs face a delicate balance between personal expression and corporate responsibility. For Musk, whose identity is inextricably linked to the Tesla brand, this balance seems particularly challenging. Meanwhile, the company's competitors are watching closely, ready to capitalize on any opportunity to gain market share in one of the world's most dynamic and lucrative electric vehicle markets. As consumers become more conscious of the values represented by the brands they purchase, and as companies become more identified with their visible leaders, this dynamic will likely become an even more significant factor in future purchasing decisions. For Tesla and Elon Musk, the declining European sales may serve as an important case study on the risks of mixing business with polarizing politics in an interconnected global economy, where opinions and values differ significantly across regions and cultures.